What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. And today we're just doing a video on going ahead now. That's the message of the day received from our mentor, Infinite Waters. And, the time is now. It's like sometimes it's the more momentum that we're creating within us and, letting go of all the analyzation and overthinking and stuff like that, we're becoming just more and more present. And sometimes it's a thrill, honestly, because, we're seeing just to kind of let go and we're learning to really trust ourselves. And it's some deep stuff, and at the same time, still, it's necessary, for growth, for life, to do this and just to align the results, to align ourselves, and as well as just to align, our affirmations, our knowing, our knowledge, and, just having other inspiration out there from mentors and whatnot, and just to see that, hey, so long as we continue, you know, life goes on. And shout out to Tupac, life does go on. So basically, I'm speaking about like becoming unstuck, like verbally speaking, mentally. Because I remember overcoming being around a lot of environments, a lot of people, and like there really wasn't much to talk about, whether obviously at jobs, not everybody's trying to talk about deep, real stuff there, of course, but still, I have met some people that were willing, more willing and of higher resonance of deep stuff if we did occasionally talk about it, at jobs and school and all these other environments. And bottom line is we see a whole lot of stuff, especially in our growth process in our young years, our early 20s. And you know, it's cool to see us like actually still be ourselves, like in a world that there's like pressure sometimes, to try to be like someone else or whatever. And like, it's amazing for us to be original, to be different, and that's something that I've realized, just by being our own book. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we can literally write a book and share our story as well. But I'm saying, like, internally, like, we know every experience we've been through and whatnot. So, like, we know the different feelings and, sensitivity, like the type of vibes that we got. And, like something amazing, like going vegan and plant-based, like I am, you know, it helps to become sensitive. Like that's the natural process. Usually, whenever you go plant-based, you will become extremely sensitive more and more and more. It's a constant process, which is great, because you're becoming aware. You're knocking off all these layers and all this, heavy, baggy energy and blockages and defense mechanisms and just, a lot of nonsense going on, repelling energy, and just like then you're able to just embrace the truth, your truth. And, you're not, you don't feel as forced to try to go out and hang out with people that, is forced, that may not resonate with you truly, that, you know, there's other energy out there that resonates with you and complements you truly, as well as just your own alone time too. So I'm mentioning that because I remember in school, it's like the popular people, the people in the middle, and then like the people that, I guess are so-called whack or lame or whatever. I don't know. It's just a lot of different vibes out there. But I just remember, you know, in school, to be honest, there was a lot of ego out there. To be honest, I played sports and actually our team did terrible. Our football team did atrocious, and that's just the truth. We only won one game the whole season. And I look at it as, football is a team sport. It's a lot of players out there. And yet that means everybody has to pull their own weight. Like it's not just one person. So it must be, Like the most successful teams out there, whatnot, are usually like it's a great chemistry, a great vibe, a great like bond, amongst people. It's not just one person's fault. So like to be real, I'll have responsibility. I'm overcoming massive ego, and I feel like other players on the team are able to relate. I'm truthfully, deep down, they know, we're all overcoming ego, like there is no woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'm just saying, like, honestly, I feel, to do it over again, we definitely will have to embrace like a very supportive type of bond, family connection on a team, you know. So yeah, that's super random. Anyways, that's that. Um, yeah, and just moving on forward, moving on forward, moving on forward. Like not holding it against anybody. It's just you remember things, you notice patterns, you remember what the experience was like, your vibe, your heart, all that stuff. And you just don't force interactions. You just go in your own vibe in a way. Like it's honestly liberating alone time for real because you're closer to who you are. And I'm saying I noticed back in the day, like a lot of times it was just hanging out with people and it was, all right at times. And at the same time, you know, still there's definitely a lot of growth in the relationship with ourselves. And it's like now I have an improved relationship with myself. And of course, that is growth, that's maturing, all that, but it's just like significantly, I'm noticing a massive improvement, you know, evolution, awakening within me, to do something as to be on YouTube, that's a huge step. For me to be speaking a lot more fluidly, straight from the heart, truthfully, it helps out a whole lot. And to see an improvement, that's why, some of the successful people, like they're very present and, like they're not staying stuck, on social media, looking at their or on their phone looking at themselves, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 10 years ago, constantly, every day. They're not staying stuck, gossiping, doing little, you know, insignificant stuff, just whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're actually like real. You know what I mean? They're fully into the moment, into their reality, their experience, so that like they can see their tools in front of them. Their whatever, like their health and wellness supplements, their singing equipment, their microphones, their studios, you know, like whatever the case may be, their food, the list goes on and on and on for stuff that's, you know, craft gurus are doing daily. And that's what I'm realizing. That's why I'm grateful to have knowledge, from mentors that, hey, don't worry about, oh, I need to get all these likes, I need to get all these subscribers and followers and this and that, and just to let it go, and just to be yourself, and the right people will find their way. So that's what I'm reminding myself day after day, these jewels, this knowledge, it helps me to, you know, pace myself, and not to compare and to realize that, hey, you don't need to get all the hype and whatnot. It's about quality viewers and inspiration, from people whose hearts you're actually touching. So it's actually real, you know, it's not fear based, random hoopla, destructive hoopla. It's actually meaningful, sentimental, connection, family bond, whatever kind of bond you want to call it. It's specific to you. That's why, This is eternal authenticity. It's forever embracing just you, not what they tell you, not what, online. I mean, yeah, this we're learning everything. We can learn from each other, but I'm saying like when it doesn't agree with your soul, your spirit, and it's in a way attempting to control or attack or send you bad vibes, then it's not for you, you know, and it's a learning experience and it's time to go on. And